Welcome back to United States of Australia. I am the Aussie guy. And as you already know, so I may as well bring him in first. So I titled the episode Hughezy is back, everybody's favourite Irishman. Hughezy, how you doing?
It's going good, and it's Horseshoe Hughes now.
Oh, sorry. And what is that for?
I went to see the Iron Claw, fell in love with it. It was not even the film, I should say, the whole Southern life shit. So
Right.
if I moved there and I joined the clan, I'm going to be called Horseshoe Hughes.
Iron
Again.
Claw, good film, is it? That's the Von Erich's movie, right?
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, it's. Do you ever get you? Because I went to see Dune 2 yesterday, and it's fucking amazing, and it's like 7 hours long. Iron Claw is like a great mini series edited into a good 2 hour film.
Nice.
So I would watch it, but I wouldn't rush to it. But Dune 2, we're doing it. Get it?
Yeah, brilliant. No, I will when Iron Claw like presents itself right in my face and I don't have to do anything to watch it. Then I will watch it. It does seem like an interesting one. I'll add our next participant to the show. What's your shirt? Why are you holding up? Woo.
It's
what?
it's old dirty bastard hanging around with Jesus.
Nice. Very 90s feel to that.
Oh yeah.
Our next participant in the show, regular, a friend. He's just Josh. How you doing?
Doing good, Ozzy. Horseshoe Hughes, how's it going, brother?
Hey boy,
Hey, boy.
colored fellas moving into your dang house.
Colored fellers.
Yeah.
Nah.
Good riffing.
Thank you. Haven't heard riffing like that since the opening track, The Back in Black.
Yes. Excellent. Speaking of Back in Black, he likes to more back into black. Robbie Marifan, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
That's good.
I've had a request for a guest to join us, Aussie guy.
Yeah, who's that?
Ski Mask.
Yeah, go on then. Is he drunk?
Well, what time is it in the US and day?
Oh, it's pretty early, isn't it? It's 9:30 in the East Coast.
Yeah, he'll be hammered.
Still from last night, or he's just started for the day?
Probably having him some daggone breakfast. You know how it is in the West.
Yeah. Very good. Well, you've joined us this week. Lemmy sent us, boys. Thanks, Lemmy. She sent 4 people so far. Thanks. Appreciate it. Which is good for us, to be honest with you.
Lemmy has become the most sexually harassed woman in the entire Dabbleverse. Every show she does, it's basically someone will mention, "Hey, I'd like to bang you," and she's just trying to relax and have a smoke and then have fun. And everyone keeps talking about her tits or wanting to bang her, and that's the life she lives now.
Good for her. Look, I think Lemmy is a boss bitch. I'm a Lemmy fan. He's joined us. It was very quick. That did not take long. Robbie and Josh, just go with it. First time I've spoken to this man, but I have watched some of his work on the Ski Mask Collective and Sad Chad. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Ski Mask. How are you, brother?
What's going on, boys?
Yeehaw!
Ski mask.
Yeehaw. How's it going? What's happening?
Just good.
We got a Cowboys fan in the room. I love that.
Too.
Go Cowboys. You look like you're in a padded cell, the Aussie guy. Now, I'm not familiar with your work.
No, look, I'm in my little. I created myself a little studio in the back corner of my shed, and this is a couch stood up.
Now, is that because you have to get away from the old lady in order to?
Yeah,
podcast?
the family. It's not the biggest house, and I got 2 young kids and a wife, and they don't want me ranting at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. Yeah,
Wow.
very gay, very, very.
Does your
gay.
boyfriend know you have a wife?
Very good. Ski Mask. Again, this is the first time I've ever got to speak to you. I've watched some of your work and been familiar with some of your trials and tribulations, and you were off the booze for a while, and you jumped back. Is it off the wagon or on the wagon? Either way, you did it magnificently and spectacularly, as you like to do. What's the situation at the moment with the booze? I was questioning whether you'd be drunk or not at
Right.
9:30 in the morning.
Well, yeah, we were gambling till 4 a.m. and I'm still riding off the high from that. I had a couple hours of sleep, but when it comes to the booze, I'm off of the hard liquor, as they call it here in the States. So I, instead of going through the withdrawal process of going to the hospital and shit, I've been doing 6 to 12 beers a day. Fine. Dr.
Yep.
Chow turned me on to that, and
Yep.
it's been working out fine. So.
Well, as I like to say, hard liquor, I barely know her because it's hilarious.
Yes. There was a bottle shop near us. We live in the hills, at the base of the hills, and it was called Liquor in the Valley, which I thought was great.
Holy shit, Hughezy! Do all of you guys like call that a bottle shop? That's amazing. I'm gonna start calling it that.
That's what we call them. We call them a bottle shop.
That's fucking fantastic.
Well,
That's the best thing I've ever heard. Bottle shop.
Well, we call it the off license. Hey, ski mask. Off license to kill. Am I right or what?
I don't know, Hughezy. I know this is the Aussie guys show. I guess right. This is your
Yeah.
show.
Well,
Okay.
it's a group effort, but yes, I'm
Okay, Hughezy, I got a quick question. So what's going on with the animosity with Brennan, and why have you been blowing off my invites to my show?
Oh, well, Brandon, I just don't like. I think he's fucking boring as shit. His show, if you go on his show, and I don't mean to use foul language, you get your account shut down, but he's a cotton-headed ninny muggins, okay?
Oof. Settle down.
You settle down with your boyfriend and marry him.
In the padded locker room.
Yeah,
Yes.
maybe you can kiss him. I'll have some hard liquor, and you can poke her in the rear. Gee! Sex. That's a sexual comment. But yeah, I just don't like Brennan. I think his show stinks. And,
It does stink. It's terrible.
Yeah, and the timing of coming on the glorious ski mask, of course, it just never matches up. I mean, some of us like to go see Dune.
It's 7 hours long.
Yeah, that's what she said. Again!
Speaking of that, Ski Mask, actually, you and Stancil have always been big MLC supporters. You used to do an MLC after show back in the day, and it seems like both of you guys have sort of turned off MLC a bit. What's your take on the current state?
So what's going on is, my whole show was devolved around MLC wrap up. We're in, no matter what the fuck happens out there, sorry for the foul language.
We encourage
MLC is always going to be the
Cunt
best
flaps.
podcast. Brendan's always going to be the funniest comic in my eyes. But yeah, the current stream, it just seems, it's all about the money, and having guys like Ray's, and Ray's Chin on, it's just ridiculous. It's oversaturated. Every time I tune in, you just see a big butt chin, and they're talking about the same shit they were talking about a week ago. You don't know what day. You don't know if it's live because it sounds like it was the same episode. So,
I'm sure.
and he got mad at me and Stancil because he understands that. I truly believe this, that Kevin Brennan understands that Stancil and myself know the show. He can't get over on us. So he's still mad at me because I was supposed to go on with the therapist, and I show up eating filet of fish and asking the therapist how big his fucking cock is, and it just blew Brennan's mind. And Brennan got all pissed. I'm like, what? I just need to know the size. So Brennan loves to have guys on that he can kind of toy with. He can kind of yell at and control it, but he knows he can't control us because we understand the show.
Yeah, and that fucking dickhead Ray DeVito doesn't exactly help matters because he goes, "Hey, you gotta come on MLC." It's like MLC is a shrinking show. Basically, what happened with Ray DeVito and Kevin Brennan is Ray's the new guy at prison that Brennan has raped so many times that Ray's grown to like it.
Yes.
Yeah, Ray's a bitch.
Idiot.
And now
I
I remember Ray. Ray used to clown people for blocking on Twitter. Now Ray's blocking people on Twitter. I mean, Ray's a nobody. He's the dumbest person I've ever met. Ever.
Yeah.
I'm a big Melton listener, and he said it a while ago about Ray, like where everyone's like, Ray's an idiot, he doesn't know any better, and he doesn't mean to lie, and it's not malicious. And the more shit that comes out about Ray DeVito, you're like, he does kind of seem a bit malicious at times, and yeah, the
we were at a
lies and all
secret
that.
show, and he did some drugs and drinking. I don't know what kind of drugs he did, but he left in his car. He pulled over at a gas station. He thought the cops were following him. So one of our fellow guys went to go pick him up because he was so scared to drive. And there was no police following him. He's that dumb. He's just that dumb.
But he's been so dumb that it's becoming indefensible anymore. It's like the wonderful Star Wars TV show Mandalorian. Every episode, he arrives on a new planet to investigate.
Star Wars is gay.
Let's be careful now. And he gets jumped from behind by 3 creatures, and it's like, oh, that's exciting the first time. If you get jumped 16 days in a row, you're an idiot. And that's what Ray Smell My Finger DeVito was like. He's a stupid fucking guy. He's 50, and it's getting worse. Kevin Brennan will make Ray dance for money on one of these episodes. I would watch that, to be honest.
Well, I think Red Bar back in the day got him. He got him to do something with a fork. I forget what that was.
Because Ray believed that Red Bar was having him on, but that he knew who he was, and it was the complete opposite. Red Bar, he completely fooled him. Again, another Ray DeVito classic. But so Kevin's starting to have these guys on and talking about Stuttering John. These guys that he can easily fool. That's why he's mad at Hughezy. Nobody can fool Hughezy. I mean, the guy's hilarious. He can't fool me. He can't fool Stancil. He can fool Chad. He could fool Stuttering John. He could fool Ray. He could fool Stevie Lou. Stevie Lou took the bait and ran with it. Why do you think he's not on my network anymore?
And the thing that Stevie's doing recently, that he's started to stop appearing on other shows, and he's like fully dedicated to Kevin Brennan. And it's like, fair enough, Brenny's giving him some money to do it, but why would you risk potentially causing a fallout with other people? I think it's I don't mean to swear again, it's a bonehead move.
That's what I mean. That's exactly what I just said. He took the bait and
I
he
wasn't
ran
listening.
with it. He fell for it. So Stevie's stuck in that loop. He blew off the BYB guy. Shout out BYB, good eggs. You guys should conspire. I love Quad Father, good egg. And he wanted to get all angry about an argument that never happened when it came to our show. So Stevie Lou can fuck off.
Yeah, that's the thing about Stevie. Hold on. Stevie was getting some heat, and like he was doing the stuff with Stuttering John and was kind of making a bit of a name for himself. And now he's kind of
And look, I mean, I can say that. I could say that on the show because in I guess what they call real life, I consider Stevie a friend, and I always will. But when it comes to the podcasting stuff, I tell it like it is. He's fucking up. He's being an asshole. First of all, not funny on MLC. He's just letting Kevin bombard him, fuck him in the ass, and bend him over every which way but Sunday.
That sounds
kind of
gay.
Thing on Sunday. Yeah, it is gay. And he wants to trash our brand, saying it's garbage. That's fine if he thinks it's garbage. You didn't think it was garbage when I was paying him, but it's fine.
That being said, I do think that we should stop. I do think that Ski Mask should stop having female-voiced non-video camera episodes on. Like Kelly has a big fart box, but at least show your cum catch.
Well, so you're not the first person to say that. Funny enough, one of the biggest supporters of the show actually called me when I was at my workplace yesterday and said, "What the fuck's going on in your YouTube channel?" I said, "I don't know. I'm at work. I'm trying to pump some propane. What's going on?" He said, Stancil's back. I don't care. Stevie already doxed me. Stancil's on there with some hole who doesn't even have the camera on. Listen, if you're going to be a hole on a podcast, besides Little Lemmy, she's a real egg. Listen, show some tits, show some vag, bend over for the fellas. I mean, podcasting's a man's world. Show some tits.
Yeah.
Or show us something that you recently cooked. Show us how to properly wash a dish. Or just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, we don't know how to fucking dust. That's your job.
Right.
A guy named Justin's here. Thank you, Justin. Any guy named Stevie has sucked a dick, I'll tell you. I didn't mind this from Goatman. Is the ski mask fella the public masturbator? Look, I'm not sure. I know he's got a history, but Hughezy, I heard from you that Radmania is coming back.
Radmania is coming back, and it's going to be a wanking good time. Make sure you're watching whether you want to or not. It will be the most marbly, purplest time you can imagine. Be sure to come against you, Will.
Bring Kleenex.
That's disgusting.
It soaks it up fast.
I guess we have to ask now, Ski Mask, are you a public masturbator? Is that
No, I don't think I've
No?
ever. I don't think I've ever done it in public. So no, not in public. I wouldn't say. The most public place I've ever masturbated would probably be like a porta potty. I put one off in the urinal on a porta potty.
Yeah.
And that was during a funeral, which made it even weirder.
And funerals make me horny. I mean, everyone gets horny at funerals, right?
Yeah, they don't have FUN in them for nothing. Am I right, guys?
Hey, good one.
Especially child funerals.
I'm more confused about a porta potty being at a funeral, but you know.
Hey, you never know. I mean, you gotta. Yeah, it's raining outside. You're in the middle of a cemetery. You gotta shit somewhere.
Yeah.
So you gotta go pump one off every now and then.
Yeah, you're not gonna go have a big breakfast before you go to the funeral.
Right. Yeah, you're not in the mood to eat, but once you see everybody dressed up and body going in the ground, they look nice in the casket. You might want to pump one off real quick in the urinal.
Yeah, what if I go to the wait to go to the post-funeral after party, so they're gonna have a fucking cucumber finger sandwich?
Yeah.
Fuck that, you crusty old bitch, you whore.
Speaking of crusty old bitches and horse, Little Lemmy, FSL. I'm assuming that's fuck Stevie Lou.
It is 100% because
Look,
he just started trashing people like Little Lemmy. I mean, how the fuck? Listen, I can sit here and trash anyone, but I'm not gonna trash Little Lemmy. She's one of the real troopers, and plus she makes good artwork.
Yeah, and also she's got big brown eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And by brown, I mean.
I'll go back to this one. The real question is, John Doe, real question is, Kevin's still making the same money as Super Chats like he was at the beginning. I think it's unquestionable Kevin's Super Chat money's way down. Like he's going for fucking 4 or 5 hours just to try and get near to what he was getting, 12 months ago or 9 months ago or whatever. It's unquestionable those numbers are down.
Well, I mean, Aussie guy, you make a good point, but at the same time, Brennan, the whole point of him currently within the last, I would say 3 to 4 weeks, making his entire show about money is so that we would sit here and talk about his money. And so people would go look at his money. He doesn't have the original, you're right. The original Super Chatter guys, they're not there anymore. He got these new clowns in. Nobody knows who the fuck they are.
The high rollers.
The high rollers. Where's Borgo? Where's all the original guys? They're not there. They're not. What the fuck happened to what's his face? The good egg, David
Daffler.
Chandler. Yes, sir. Thank you. Chandler's out.
Yeah, Chandler said at the New Year that he was going over. Yeah, he was going to go give to different shows. He was taking a break from.
Good for him. As he should, because the thing about Brennan, once you start giving him a lot of money, he'll shout you out. But then, after that, you give him $5. Oh, well, $5. What happened to the high roller? So Brennan's show has just become about money now.
Yeah, and isn't it funny that David Chandler left Kevin Brennan after he made fun of Matthew Perry?
I'd say what he did there.
See?
Hold on. Yeah, I figured it out.
I haven't thought about it like that, but yeah, that was around the same time.
It was.
What's the deal?
So we'll go for a Jerry Seinfeld. Why not? Joining us live from Ukraine. Looks like he might be in a sensitive area because his camera is off. Jay Scoop, how you doing, brother?
What the fuck did I just walk into? What the hell am I looking at?
Hey, Ski Mask, I'll not say this live on the air, but Jay Scoop's cousin is Kerry Washington, the big-titted, big-arsed, lovely lady. Google her photograph, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, all right. Let me see a pic here. Hold on.
Shit.
How do you spell Kerry? K-A-R-I?
Yeah.
Washington. What's going on?
This is his cousin. Send her
Oh,
the link.
so we got an African American here, I think, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
look
but you
good,
wouldn't.
Scoop.
He's off camera. You wouldn't guess it if you looked at him. You wouldn't guess that he's African American. He's
That's
whiter
totally
than me.
fine. That's totally fine with me. I mean, I mean, look at us. We're just fucking 5 white dudes bullshitting about nothing. I mean,
Yeah.
please come in, give us some culture, please.
Scoop, we haven't heard from you in a little bit. Things been kicking off over there. You've been getting your drone strikes, all that shit. What's happening?
How big is her cock?
Has she ever used your toilet?
Well, I just returned from kind of like the northeastern front area. I was dropping off. You remember I showed you guys those camouflage ghillie suits?
It's not the
Yeah.
only thing camouflaged, if you know what I'm saying. What's going on with the pea size?
Ew.
Ski Mask needs to know how big your dick is, man. Can you tell him?
8.5. How about that?
Ooh, all right, that's a solid number. All right.
Now the big question is, I'm in Eastern Europe, so is that in inches
Oh,
or
good
centimeters?
Yeah, that was good. That's funny.
Hey, Lemmy's in the chat. Lemmy, what's a good size?
Well, I think
I think
Lemmy is Lemmy. I hate to say this. It's the only way I know how to say it. Is Lemmy a carpet muncher?
No, she's going out with that granny guy.
Oh,
Which is just that's just upsetting. That just ruins your day. You go, what? The F and Q?
yeah.
It is. I was going to say no. She insists that they shave, but you know, could always.
It's so
point to
typical. The one of the few good-looking women in the Dabbleverse is going out with one of the biggest Qs. But Ski Mask, I know you hate the Dabbleverse, but why have you not made any Dabbleverse shirts? Because there are none.
The what?
There's no Dabbleverse T-shirts.
What about it?
You should sell them.
No one. Who's gonna buy it? First of all, yeah, we're not. I stand by my point when I say we'll never be part of the Dabbleverse. It's sickening that when people say, "Hey, I'm in the Dabbleverse," I mean, it's just like it's corny as fuck. You know, it's I don't know. It's childish. If you want to be part of any kind of verse, go play video games and get the fuck out of podcasting. It's annoying. But that's my own opinion. So what do you want me to say? No, I'm not going to sell that. But I do have Kate Meany's Coke dealer shirts available on skimaskcollective.com.
Very good.
I have Big Piece t-shirts. You know, amazing.
You know, I heard a rumor that Kate Meany's Coke dealer may leave a voicemail for the show to be played today.
Yeah, I mean, I can play. He actually did hit me up because obviously we made t-shirts about the drug dealer. And yeah, he's been leaving me voicemails. I don't know what's going on with that. I'll play you guys one if you want. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah.
Hey, Ski Mask, it's Kate Meany's drug dealer. I'm ready to somebody else. She's a weird chick. Have you noticed that she has no tits? It keeps her wearing low-cut tops. That's like Chad Zomok doing a podcast for no listeners. Hey, I picked up a pen and wrote a joke, Ski. All these guys I know have 12-inch cocks, while mine just smells like a foot.
So, I mean, obviously, you could tell. I mean, every time I've come across drug dealers when I'm buying coke, they're normally pretty good guys. Like they know what the fuck they're doing. I mean, he sounds like he's a little bit insecure. That could be from dealing coke to Kate Meany.
Yeah.
He's saying his cock smells like a foot. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's gonna be weird.
Don't get high on your own supply.
Little Lemmy is chimed in. Size doesn't matter.
Sorry, I thought I clicked the.
Yeah. Size doesn't matter as long as you aren't really small or really big. Average is more than enough. I think it also
Define average.
depends.
Little Lemmy, I'm sorry that I said that I thought you were gay. I apologize. I honestly
Define
did not.
average.
I'd prefer she was.
I believe
to be
it's
with
over
Granny.
6 inches.
Yeah, I believe the average is just over 6 inches these days. But it also, I believe it does depend on the hole as well.
Oh yeah.
Some women
That's
have
true. Yeah,
smaller,
that's-
tighter holes.
Let's start talking about hole size. I think that's how big's your hole? Because Ski, Ozzy made a great point there. We're talking about cock size, but they
Yes.
also need to define the size of the hole. So, how big's your hole?
On the tip or my asshole?
that is a good clarification question. We'll go asshole.
Well, it's been a while since I've looked at it because the new apartment I live in, it's a little bit tall, so I can't really bend over to get in the mirror. And the mirror I used to use on the ground when I would shave my ass, it broke. So yeah. Hey, you guys want to hear something really funny? Jay Scoop will probably appreciate this. I'm supposed
Dang
to
it.
go do some side work for an African American lady. She just told me to call her. Should I call her live on the air?
Yeah, but what are you going to call her?
Yeah, I'm gonna call her right now. Hold on. This
I
is,
got you.
let me see. Let's see what's going on. Make it quick.
What was that, Robbie?
None.
Wonder what the side work is.
I love I've just let my show devolve into this.
Hey, Phoenix. All right. I have to go to Home Depot, get some 1/4-inch plywood, but I was thinking about stopping by there to get the shower head first.
You want to get what you want to do?
I'm gonna come by and grab the shower head unless you have the new one already.
Yeah, you dumb bitch.
Oh, you got the new one. So you have everything there? Okay. All right. I'm gonna run to Home Depot here in about 5-10 minutes, pick up some plywood, and then I'll be over there. And I would say probably 20-25 minutes.
I'll be here. Call me when you're outside.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks. Can I park in your driveway?
Yeah.
Where the motorcycle is?
Is it a car? There's nothing in the driveway but the car there.
Is that the one where the motorcycle was parked?
This is
Great
good.
bit.
Okay.
Great bit.
All right,
This
thanks.
is a great bit. She, I will
Clip
say,
it.
Sorry.
Definitely.
I was supposed to go do that, but I joined the show instead.
no, she definitely sounded African American. I was waiting
Oh,
to see
she
when
is.
you.
She is. I mean, here's how African American she really is. The first time I did work for her, I fixed her shower and tub, and then she's tried to add in all this other work, and I go, hey, yeah, that's going to be more money. She goes, no, that was part of it. I go, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Yeah, it was part of it.
That sounds like a good round of jokes. She said, I'll tell you how African American she was. I go, how African American was she?
Her name is Phoenix. It's hilarious.
Yeah. She's so African American that she. Go ahead, Josh.
You want to put me on the spot?
How African American is she, Josh? What's going on with Dak Prescott? Is he African American?
Dak. I say Dak is a
I
clone.
mean, by the way, he plays quarterback. You'd assume so.
Is this the last year for Dak? What's going on?
I'd say it's
That's
the last
right,
year for
huh?
Dak.
Better fucking be the last year. I mean, imagine Tony Romo in his prime with the squad
don't-
we have now. I mean, I could start
No.
all day. What?
Yeah.
I love Tony Romo. Love Tony.
If Romo had
No,
the
I
squad
agree. If-
this year,
if-
the same squad, you don't think
Yeah.
he would have lost to the Packers?
It's lights out. It's
We'd have handled the
Romo at his peak in charge of this current team. Forget about it. That's
It would have been good, right, Aussie?
It would have
Yeah.
been great.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. That's what I was getting at. Thanks,
Yep.
boys.
Yeah. No, totally agree. Well, thanks for joining us, Ski Mask. Obviously, you got to get to Home Depot, by the sounds of it.
I mean, I'm not really in a hurry. She's African American, so she's used to being paid.
Yeah, she calls it the Homie Depot.
Well, Hughezy came on he's whacking himself off over the upcoming Anthony Joshua fight. I don't
Who's
know
that?
if you,
UFC?
that's
A boxer.
boxing.
Who's
But
that?
he's
that?
fighting a UFC guy, correct?
Yeah,
Hughezy?
he's fighting Francis Ngannou
Is that tonight?
next Friday.
Oh, that stinks. I would put all the money I'm about to make up the handyman job on whoever you want to win.
$7.
I swear to
And
God.
how's Francis Ngannou do? Boom.
He's doing pretty well, because they're fighting out in Saudi.
Ooh.
Yeah, no. So what it is it's basically these guys are boxing, but we're living in a time now where because of Saudi and their money, they have eliminated the whole concept of titles. Because Ngannou's getting 20 million for this fight. AJ's getting the rumors are between 40 to 60 million. Like, why would they give a shit about wanting to become champion if you can get this kind of special attraction money. Know what I'm saying, boy?
It's Saudi.
No.
It's oil money.
Yeah, I do.
It's easy paycheck.
These mandingos kicking each other's ass.
Well, that's the thing about the UFC guys, isn't it? Like the biggest payday, like, you know, Conor got that huge payday against Floyd Mayweather. And then these other guys that, you know, fought in UFC for a few $100,000 for a fight could fight guys like Jake Paul or Logan Paul or whatever and get himself a nice little payday. And then a fight like this from Ngannou, I mean, he's not making anything like that in UFC, is he, Robbie? You're the UFC guy.
Yeah, you make a good point, honestly.
What does the UFC stand for, you fat cunt?
Is it like basically the
I
retirement
think he
plan
made
thing?
more. I think he made more in his last boxing match than he did in all his fights combined, and if you multiplied it by like 2 or 3. So yes.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you brought up a great point. I mean, these guys, you know, they train their entire lives to be good fighters, but then you got guys like Jake Paul, Logan Paul, who are going to bring in the numbers. So why the fuck wouldn't they sign up for something like that? Even if they lose, they're still getting $100 million. And to fight in Saudi with that oil money, I mean, who wouldn't sign up for that? I mean, as fake as it is, I call it fake, but it's like you got guys who aren't even on the same level fighting each other. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, there was a guy called Tommy Fury, who's Tyson Fury's brother, which is gay. And he did an interview where he admitted, he said he could have fought the top guy in his division, which would have made him £80,000, or he had the option to go to Saudi to fight Jake Paul for $4 million.
Yeah.
And it's like, well,
your hands are tied at that point. I mean, I want $4 million. You guys would never see me again.
Well,
I'm about to go make $4.
Damn, it already went down from 7.
Yeah.
It's fucking inflation.
Well, he has to pick up some, KFC on the way.
Yeah, well,
she hungry.
Popeyes.
Let me tell you, $7 American sounds fucking very good to me. That's almost a week's wage for me.
Me and Vinny Cash and myself, we lost $5,000 last night gambling.
Nice.
Jesus.
What were you doing? Poker, was it?
We were playing slots. And,
slots.
Yeah, we started with $500. We got it up to a little bit over 5,000. Then we both took Xanax around 3:00 in the morning and got delirious and blew it. So
well, if Lemmy's still in the chat, I think we'd all like to poke her in some slots after some hard liquor. You know what I'm saying, guys?
dude, Limmy's a good looking egg. I'm surprised she's not dyke, honestly. And I apologize. I mean, I would fuck the shit out of Lemmy. Sorry, Lemmy. I know you're a fan. I'm just being honest here.
Everybody wants to bang Lemmy, and the best thing is she doesn't even try to.
Right. That's what makes her hot, bro. That's what makes her hot. Because women who don't try these days, that's hot to me, bro. That's hot.
Yeah, and if you look at Kate Meany, she looks like a trans version of me.
Yeah, when we were at Chrissy's. We were at Chrissy's wedding, and she was doing the karaoke and dancing all over the dance floor, hammered. She just looked ridiculous. She's got the big chin. Obviously, she can gargle some bowls, as Hughezy would say. But there's nothing hot about that. There's nothing hot about being a whore. Being a conservative chick like Lemmy, just sitting back, having fun, hanging out, that's hot.
Yeah, you can look at Lemmy and she's got a good personality. She's racist and she's naturally
Very
good looking. So there you go. You will all get her pregnant at the Chad Zumock after party.
All right, Hughezy, Aussie guy, Robbie, just Josh, and even Jay Scoop. You guys follow me on Twitter. I'll have you guys on the show sometime. But Hughezy, what's going on with the Pink Floyd episode?
I forgot about it until right now. I'll get on my list and we'll have a gay old time.
Like I told you, just let me know at least 3-4 days in advance, please. And boys, I mean, this is fun. I could sit here and talk to you guys all day. You guys are awesome. You're a great host.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate that. Thanks for coming on. It's nice to talk to you for the first time. And we'll let everyone know your Twitter and your YouTube and everything before you head out. And we'll give you a follow.
Cool. It's just that Ski Mask host on Twitter, Ski Mask Media, everywhere. Patreon, all that bullshit. And anytime you guys want to come on, just send me a message. We'll get you in there. It's just fun to bullshit with real ass dudes. You guys seem like a good crowd.
So say hi to my distant relative after your Home Depot run.
Maybe I'll try to get a recording or something and send to Hughezy.
Yes.
I've been
Do it.
promising this lady for like 3 or 4 weeks, because I was on a bender for 2 weeks, and obviously I'm not
yeah.
going to go over there. I can't.
She's definitely waiting on you.
Oh, she's waiting. I mean, I got to fix her silverware drawer. I'm like, you couldn't have fixed that yourself in the 4 weeks that you've been waiting on it.
Waiting on the dock of the bay.
I hope so. She better have some fucking fried chicken ready, hot, fresh.
Oh shit.
What I love about you, Ski Mask, is when you do a bender, you do it right. I love that. 2 weeks. Yeah, go to Home Depot. Enjoy yourself. Thanks for coming on.
Fucking hate Home Depot. I mean, I don't even know if I want to go now. Maybe I'll just be late like she is. But you boys have other stuff you want to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, you can hang around by all means, but we'll continue.
I'll just
the
hang up when I'm
conversation.
ready to hang up.
All right. Let's, Robbie. You've contributed very little to the show, but I know you are a big UFC guy, and you know you're very much aware of Ngannou, and you've been following this situation. What are your thoughts on this upcoming fight that Hughezy is so horned up for?
I think he's going to get his ass kicked.
Be more specific.
Yeah,
because he fought an overweight, out of shape, unmotivated Tyson Fury.
Did you say overweight?
Well, more overweight than usual.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm
On
sorry.
whose scale?
no, that's part of the gimmick of the show. Ski Mask. He's also a closeted homosexual, so you can hammer that.
Oh, nice.
Sounds kind of gay.
Not. Anyway, he obviously thought he would just walk in and win against Ngannou. Ngannou almost won. Some would say he should have won. Joshua obviously has watched that fight over and over and over again, and probably isn't going to take a guy that can hit that hard lightly. So I mean, Ngannou's the hardest puncher in probably the world, so you could always land one. But if they fought that fight 100 times, I think Joshua wins like 90% of them. So
I mean, I like hard guys myself, but I do agree.
Hughezy, how do you see the fight going?
I'm going with AJ because the thing is, Ngannou is not that he was broke during his UFC run, but he's now rich and wealthy for the first time ever.
there's that too.
And as good of shape as he's in, like after he left UFC, it was like what 2 years of doing nothing before he fought Fury, and then I don't know. And if you've seen AJ's last fight that he had in Saudi, he beat the shit out of that guy, and that's an experienced fighter. So I've got to go with AJ, and not just because I think he has a lovely smile.
Yeah, I tend to agree. When you got like a guy that's been boxing his entire life compared to someone who's, you know, yeah, all right, he's got stand-up fighting skills, but he's a UFC fighter. I can't see it. He caught Fury by surprise. I think Fury probably took him too lightly, but yeah, I think Joshua will pick him apart quite comfortably.
And Fury's done that before, where like when he's unmotivated, he'll come in and just barely eke out video or wins. You'll be like, "What the hell was that?" Who I don't know. I don't remember the guy he fought, but it was like an ESPN Plus card a couple years ago, and this is right after he beat who's that guy? The pretty much like Ngannou but skinnier and hits really hard. The
Mandingo?
Oh, yeah.
Wilder. There we go.
Wilder,
Deontay
yeah.
Wilder.
Deontay
Yeah,
Wilder, yeah.
after the Wilder fight, I forget who he fought. If it was Wallner or something. Started with a W, and he almost lost due to having this giant gash on his eye. When
Gash?
he was like a minus 800 favorite or something. So yeah,
Otto Wallen.
Yeah, there we go.
But with Deontay Wilder on his last fight, that's the worst performance he's ever done. Like and I think that with AJ, I think that he knows he has to win because he wants to keep boxing. So if he can beat this guy, and if they go on to do AJ versus Tyson Fury, you're looking at a legitimate $100 million payday.
Yeah.
And then you can retire after that. Whereas Ngannou's already talking about going back to the UFC.
He is?
So,
I haven't seen that. That'd be interesting.
Ngannou, it's basically like Ngannou's here for, which is we all would be the money. Whereas AJ wants to be a boxing champion while also being very handsome. Josh was telling me.
Scoop, you're our combat expert, being the Marine veteran and over there in Ukraine. You got any thoughts on the fight?
Unfortunately, you know how it is with the UFC or MMA and I guess boxing as well. I'm more MMA, but still, it's very quickly, if you're not paying attention, the new guys are stepping in, you know, and then you're like, who the fuck is that guy? And then it's like the whole thing with the NFL, right? How long the average NFL player lasts, how long the average MMA fighter lasts is not very long.
Some of them fight till they die because they need the money.
Some of those. But
Bigfoot Silva's trying to make an MMA comeback, and he's like 46. It's
holy
sad.
crap!
Well, and you saw it in
I made
the
a comeback.
80s.
I had to wipe it off her lips.
Yeah.
What are you working on there, Skate Mask?
I just realized I found a piece of wood I might be able to use, so I don't have to go to Home Depot. It's this little fucking thing. I might just take this out. I saw it right across the room, so I'm trying to see if I can get this apart.
Robbie's brought this up because I guess he wants this question answered.
He's
Go, man.
negating on his deal. Get it? First letters.
Yes. Well done. Has Hughezy followed Robbie on Twitter yet?
Robbie Williams, yeah.
Yeah.
You just gotta die first, Robbie. That's all.
Isn't
Robbie-
it it's hashtag Block Robbie, isn't it?
Robbie Williams, of course, did a Christmas song with Tyson Fury called Bad Sharon, and it's so unbelievably bad that I had to research it to make sure that it was real, and it actually is real, and it not only is real, it makes me support Palestine.
I began hating Tyson Fury when he won that fight and sang "I don't want to miss a thing" to his fucking girlfriend in the ring. Oh god, I was like, you are an obnoxious fucking prick.
Oh, bye. Yeah, geez.
Yeah.
You can just tell he's the kind of guy like, I'm the one true Gypsy King, and my all-time favorite movie has got to be Armageddon. And if you like that, you're a big jerk. That's right.
Is that
I'm still trying to picture Hughezy applying for permanent residency in the Gaza Strip.
He wouldn't stick out at all.
Where's the government building?
Hey guys, do you like WWE?
Oh, good segue. That was our next topic of discussion.
I actually went to the electronics store the other day and was looking for a travel device that I didn't have to use 4 wheels, so I bought a Segway. Speaking of Segways, Ozzy has something else to talk about.
Yes, well done. No, I mean, it's The Rock coming back to WWE has sparked some conversation, and he did a 20-minute fucking Instagram video today, which, you know, look, if you're not a wrestling fan, it's a bit cringe and it's a bit hard to sit through. But if you're a wrestling fan, it was kind of a masterclass in, you know, storytelling and promo ability. Hughes, I'll start with you because I know you've been jerking it over the bloodline for a couple of years, and now The Rock's involved in it. Let us know where you're at, your feelings at the moment about The Rock and the bloodline and Cody and all this bullshit.
But it's amazing because when you watch it on TV, they're like, I'll see you at WrestleMania and I'll do this and all that stuff. Then you go on social media and The Rock's going, fuck you, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And you're like going, holy shit. And you can see him, because what happened is in real life, Ski, they were going to do a match, The Rock against Roman Reigns. So this guy, Cody Rhodes, his fans in real life threatened to kill The Rock's wife and kids.
Hilarious.
Yeah. And so, of course, to stop women being killed over a fucking fake fight, they had to change the match plans. So you see The Rock on social media, and he's talking about running over dogs and all this shit. Which like this is brilliant. Like if they'd have done this back in the day, like Steve Austin, you goddamn gay cunt.
That's what I'm saying. That's my argument against this whole thing. I mean, don't you think that, you know, The Rock made fame making movies and shit I think Stone Cold did it the best. He got his money, he had his fame. The guy knew he was too old, and guess what? He shut the fuck up about it. And he went down to a ranch in Texas, and he's just living his life. It's like, why is The Rock got to make a comeback? There's new guys out there. Just let the old shit die. We can watch the old clips all day. Like, why try to come back now? What? They're not giving you another Fast and Furious? Like, shut the fuck up already.
They're giving him 2 more, by the way. So let's not make fun
no
of it.
one watches. You know what I mean?
Careful, well, like kick him off the show. You make fun of Vin Diesel, he crossed the line. I'm okay with the racism and the rape jokes and the sexism, but Vin Diesel's a fantastic filmmaker. So
what about the pacifier, Hughezy? You like that movie?
It was the best movie I've ever seen.
He's a babysitter.
I went to see that, and I called up Martin Scorsese, and I said, "That's how it's done."
I mean, as much as I want to make fun of it, I do actually kind of like that movie as gays.
Well, yeah, speaking of that, Hughezy, I love your film takes and like the way you troll people on Twitter with your film takes, because I love your dedicated defense of Fast and Furious. And the other day you were trashing Reservoir Dogs on Twitter.
That movie blows. That movie sucks. I'll agree with that.
Mr. Pink.
Yeah. Remind me of that scene in Reservoir Dogs where Quentin Tarantino saves Rome by driving a bomb through the city. Well, what was the scene in Reservoir?
They try to make it like
That does sound pretty badass.
It's such an amazing film, but the motherfuckers are sitting at a dinner table at the beginning for what seems like an hour. I couldn't.
Yeah. And by the way, can you imagine you've just met a guy that you're getting ready to go out, fucking do a violent bank robbery, and he starts going, "Hey, here's the thing about Like a Virgin by Madonna, okay, right?" It's just like, listen, I've got a gun on me.
Yeah, I agree with that. I do agree. The opening.
She likes getting dick, man. Okay. It's like, really? It's about a woman that likes to have sex? I never thought of that before, you big chin slub, you overrated hack.
That is the dead-on impression. Oh, God.
But, hey, I hired Ski Mask to come to my house, man, right? And he's supposed to be bringing the wood there, okay? Right?
I got wood.
Does my house look like it says Pink Ski Mask Storage? Because storing pink ski masks isn't part of my fucking problem. Kerry Washington was in Django.
The answer is no.
Is Robbie really gay? No, that's
yes.
Is Robbie really gay? Not that there's anything wrong with that. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Hey, some of my best friends are Reservoir Dogs.
When he plays the Russian roulette version of Glory Hole, it's a sport. It's not doesn't make him gay.
Ryan, as I like to say here, Robbie is literally stuck in the closet. The door's wide open. We can all see him there, but he just refuses to come out. That's how it works.
But I'll say this about The Rock that's really weird. It's that he is a heart attack waiting to happen, because he's 51 now, and he's never been this huge, physically muscular and ripped. You physically cannot do that at that age unless you're juiced out of your mind.
I'd agree.
He's got veins popping on his fucking temple and shit. I was watching a promo earlier.
Veins popping on his
like
cock?
2-inch
One on the
thick
cock.
veins in his arm. I almost threw up. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
He's way bigger than he ever was as a wrestler, like by a mile.
If he actually wrestles, I think that not only will this be the last match he ever does, I think we're finally going to see a wrestler die in the ring on live TV. Because
I'd watch if that happens.
Yeah,
because I hurt my ankle in December, so I wasn't able to do the cardio training I usually do. So I put on size from the other workouts. That was only like about 7 pounds. The Rock has got to be at least 250, 260, completely ripped. I doubt he does any cardio. If he starts running those ropes, his heart's going to shut down. And
well,
plus,
I mean, speaking of ropes, I'd love to put about 5 or 6 ropes on Little Emmy's face.
Yeah. Lemmy, I went to see Madam Web the other week, and speaking of shooting webs, you want to go drinking?
Talk about a walk-off. Do you
That
think
was a nice exit. Yeah, it was
Do
not
you
big.
think The Rock, his condition has to do with what he's been saying he's been cooking all these years, or what's going on with that?
Yeah.
Cooking pork
He-
chops.
Yeah, I just think that with The Rock, it's because we always see these wrestlers go through midlife crises or crises. Like if you look at what Chris Jericho looks like, he looks like a fucking comedy character. He's out of shape. He's got really long hair implants. He's got a pair of tits. I think that this could be The Rock's final year alive.
Who's that
Well,
former UFC? Is he a guy who was juiced to the gills and was like 300 pounds of all muscle? Forgetting his name.
Oh,
Brock Lesnar. How is he alive? And if
Yeah.
The Rock's about to die,
no, well, Brock Lesnar is naturally a big human
He was,
being.
yeah.
Like,
I mean,
He
but
was a
he
guy.
Physically
failed
built
the
big.
USADA test
I
in
know,
a
but
way that
that's
no other fighter has ever failed.
I know, but that's juicing to a level of, like to compete. It's not juicing to play an action movie star. Like that's different. Like it's
yeah.
a different level of juicing.
I mean, The Rock was like 240 in Miami when he was playing football.
But I remember when people were saying Brock Lesnar, his hands were like lunch pails. You were being hit by lunch pails, and it really did look like his fucking hands were like just abnormally large. And it's like, does that happen from juicing? I don't know. I think this guy just really is big.
I'm not going to do the stuttering John to you, little Emmy. He doesn't shoot ropes. He shoots chains. Quoting Corndiff. Shout out Corndiff.
But if you look at Brock Lesnar, though, he is genetically like a mutant. Like, have you seen his daughter?
Oh
yeah,
you're
yeah.
right. Yeah,
He
I
looks
have,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
She
Like
looks
him
kinda
with a wig
creepy.
on, or what?
She
No,
looks
she-
like fucking Vigo from Ghostbusters 2.
She's what? If they made a female Juggernaut and took the helmet off, that's what she'd look like.
Damn.
If she was Juggernaut and took her helmet off, I would be sick. Like she is historically unattractive.
Yeah, I don't think the
yeah,
Juggernaut's
it's-
supposed to be attractive.
Like it's not even often you get to say this, but she's an ugly fucking woman.
She looks like if Stuttering John's daughter son looked like Brock Lesnar's daughter, you would understand the transition. You're like, yeah, you're basically a bloke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're basically a guy.
So like every
she-
time she goes to a baseball game, she gets hit by every foul ball because it's the ugly finder. or what?
And that's why they put the netting up for her ass only.
Yeah. Hey, what are you throwing around the ugly stick? Oh,
But the fastball wouldn't do any damage to that fucking head. Like it is.
It improved it.
Cinder
It's like
block,
molding it like clay.
but I think we're going to end up seeing Francis Ngannou coming into pro wrestling because now that UFC is owned by TKO, who also owns WWE, he could work out some type of mega deal where he comes back to the UFC like for 6 months, does WWE for the other 6 months, and he just makes like 20-30 million a year to have 2 or 3 matches / fights. I think we're coming, and then what was it? There was a couple of weeks ago on Raw. They had is it a fucking oh god? They had
What, you
some
thinking of
fighter. Yeah, they had a fighter
God.
challenge Conor McGregor.
Oh yeah. Chandler was it? No,
David
Yeah.
Chandler.
David Chandler. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why he's not donating money anymore. Just a quick one for my little Emmy because I liked it when I read it. Just Josh looks like depressed Seth Meyers.
Well, if you had to watch Joe Biden, yeah, you'd be kind of sad too.
That's a good one, Lemmy. I like it. Oh wait, what's this? Dana White won't let him bounce back and forth. Dana White will do what the money tells him
he
to do.
doesn't. He has a deal signed with PFL. It has nothing to do with Dana White.
Yeah,
Sorry.
and also Dana White is while he's still the figurehead of the UFC, he works for Ari Emanuel and The Rock now. Like The Rock,
Yeah.
so like Dana is still the boss, but he overall has dropped down in company stance. So if he starts fucking around, like if he starts hitting his wife again in public, he's out of a job.
That was a decent slap. I got to give him credit. That was pretty meaty.
Can I ask a question that was asked in the latest episode of America versus Ireland, my lovely show with Bob Levy.
Yes, ask
Uh,
away.
So Jennifer Aniston, there's been a long Hollywood story that her cunt smells. So would you rather be Brad Pitt, but with the wife whose cunt smells, or would you rather be Lars Ulrich, who you can see online has a notoriously small penis?
Does he really? Yeah, I'll take the smelly cunt, to be honest with you.
Why?
Just because it's still a cunt, isn't it?
Yeah, but it smells.
I know. You don't have to be restricted to that one.
You
go
don't
find others.
walk past the public bathroom and stop and go. You go right, walk quicker. It stinks.
Yeah, you start stepping that a little faster when you go by that.
Yeah, Saint Anger was written about getting Jennifer Aniston naked for the first time. You go, no, that's unacceptable.
Very good. I don't know. We'll go around. Robbie, you would take any cunt, wouldn't you? At this point in your life,
I have standards.
you got standards. It's a shame that all the women do as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not going to contribute.
What do you want me to say
Josh?
to that?
Well, just little dick or smelly cunt. Wait, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, that's confusing for you because you're like, well, no, I don't want to fuck a little dick. No, it's you having a little dick. Sorry,
Yeah.
just to be clear.
I'm taking Jennifer Aniston. I'm just going.
You're taking it. Yeah. I guess that's the thing. I'll take Jennifer Aniston's smelly cunt, not necessarily any smelly cunt. That's a good point. Yeah.
I wonder if Brock Lesnar's daughter's cunt smells like you can actually look at her and just assume that it
18,
stinks.
We're all gonna get arrested for this.
No.
Paprika.
We'll not get arrested before Brock will.
Yeah, exactly. I think Brock Lesnar's daughter's cunt smells like sweaty balls.
Ben
Yeah.
Gay.
So,
Yeah, I think that Brock Lesnar's daughter, no matter where you meet her, always smells like she's just come out of the gym. So, no, thank you, Mrs. Lesnar.
Robbie always smells like the gym's just come out of him.
Yeah. Brock Lesnar's wife is the type of person that if you went to the wedding and it says "Welcome to the new Mr. and Mrs. Lesnar," you'd still think they're talking about the same person.
You say his name, he's here. Corndiff's here. Morning, all. Hit that like button and subscribe. Thanks for joining us, Corndiff.
Up
Appreciate
the
it.
corn.
Fan of your work. Regular on BYB these days, and I like BYB. I like those guys.
BYB is legitimately one of my favorite casts to watch, and they had a guy on last night called Malky or something, who's completely unhinged, and he threw an axe into his refrigerator during the recording.
Oh,
Nice.
And I think
What I would do.
I think he stood up and not to use foul language, but urinated into a bucket. I missed that part, but I will definitely rewind it once I'm done zooming in on Lemmy's hat.
Chain.
She always wears a good hat. She wears a nobody likes onions. She wears a ski mask hat. Actually, ski mask is gone now, but I've noticed her in a ski mask collective hat quite often.
Yeah, and that's what I think it would help get my go if we, in a way, merged every once in a while with BYB, because they're all lunatic, hated and scumbags like us too. So I think there could be, it could help expand Racist Durban's portfolio.
Yeah. We got a bit sidetracked, but I do want to go back to it just briefly. The Rock, the Rock and Cody Rhodes and all that, and I did love at the end of the Rock's 20-minute fucking diatribe was just from the bottom of my heart, man to man, fuck your story.
Fuck your story.
Yeah, I've been saying that phrase like when everyone was up in arms about the Rock coming back and taking Cody's spot. I was like, who gives a shit? Like the bloodline thing has been going on for a lot longer, the tribal chief thing. But what I will say, and I hate wrestling to be predictable, but I saw The Rock do interviews. He was on some ESPN shows a few months back and all that, where he talked about WrestleMania, wanting to do a WrestleMania where it's just the beginning, it's not the end, which led me to believe it's another John Cena situation where they did he shows up and then it's a year of build to a match. I don't know about you, Hughezy, but this whole thing to me is I think it's the Rock is going to cost Reigns the title at WrestleMania, and then we build for a year for the head of the table fucking match or whatever the following WrestleMania.
Yeah, I honestly don't think you'll ever get to see that because The Rock is like he's so busy at the minute. He's got the what's the UFC fighter Mark Hunt?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're making a Mark Hunt film.
Really?
I'm surprised he's still alive. Jesus.
that's the last guy Brock Lesnar beat in UFC.
Yeah, or maybe it's not him, but they're making a film about a UFC fighter. The Rock's doing a Moana live action one, and don't even pretend like you wouldn't go see that. He's doing Fast 11, and he's also doing some spin-off film. So he's got a shitload of stuff to do. He's got the XFL thing. Then he's a legitimate boss of the UFC and WWE. So I just don't know how he would then also have the time to take bumps and risk getting injured for a fake fight. Like he's going to get paid regardless. So I think if he wrestles at this WrestleMania, that's it. But we will see him way more often.
Well, that's what I mean, though. I don't think it'll be The Rock full time in WWE. It'll be The Rock appears on television here and there, maybe delivers a rock bottom or whatever from time to time. But I don't think you see him wrestling until another WrestleMania.
Speaking of WrestleMania, and so I went to see Dune 2 yesterday.
Did you? I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, and Batista's in it. If you look at the photographs of him from the red carpet premiere, Batista is now clearly 100% off all performance-enhancing drugs, steroids. He look. I honestly didn't know it was him. He actually looks thin.
He's got an uncomfortable head.
Yeah, so if he's coming back for the Hall of Fame, which is the rumor, that's going to be very awkward that this guy has lost nearly 200 pounds since his last match.
Yeah, that would be a weird look. Ryan Murphy and Brock's daughter is like the X-23 version of Wolverine. She's just a clone of him. That's what I said, isn't it?
No, you just said 23.
No, I said X-23.
Okay.
Rewind it back. Someone rewind it back and clip it. Send it to me so I can prove it wrong. She's just a clone of him, but with a 7-inch clit. Very good. That's what I heard about China as well. I heard China had a fucking giant clit.
Yeah.
Well, Robbie.
Could have just been her dick, really.
Yeah, well, that's the joke, isn't it?
Yeah. But I think that with the sort of tying everything together with the world of combat sports, like we've seen it be sort of fake with this YouTube stuff, but how it does huge business now. The actual fake WWE is being used to promote UFC fights. We're seeing all types of crossover. I really think that all this means is that it could lead to the greatest video game of all time. Like, if they could start putting UFC fighters in fucking WWE games, or if they could put, like, WWE gimmicks in UFC games.
Tyson
like
Fury has been in UFC games before.
Yeah, and so I just think that this is great for the fans, except the ones that take it.
Robbie.
Yeah, except for the people that take it seriously. Just everybody kick back and start drinking heavily and watch this fake future that we've got coming, and all thanks to the Saudis.
Yeah, you haven't seen
unlimited
Major League,
money,
man.
What?
Unlimited
seen,
money. Saudis.
No, he was saying to me, you haven't seen Major League, have you, Robbie?
The movie?
Yeah.
No.
That's what my thing was.
the
Dynamite
game.
drop in, Robbie. That broadcast school is really
I
paid
don't
off.
watch movies very often.
You
You've
need to
never
watch Major
seen
League, dude.
Major
You would
League?
love Major League.
I know.
You're a
I should
baseball
watch it.
guy.
I don't like sports movies usually.
I
You're
heard
a
you watched.
fucking idiot.
I
You
heard
would like
Robbie. I heard Robbie was a big fan of Cuties on Netflix.
Yes. Well, no, because it was girls, wasn't it?
Oh right,
Loves
sorry.
designated hitters.
You don't like sports movies, but you
You're
love
Yeah,
baseball.
I'd
insane.
just rather watch a sporting event. Sorry.
So
You're
you wouldn't
insane.
watch over the top arm wrestling with Sylvester Stallone.
Wait, what?
Over the top. He did an arm wrestling movie back in the day.
That sounds horrible.
It's great.
It's
a great
not.
movie.
Yeah.
It actually is a really good movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this like some giant prank to get me to waste 2 hours with my wife watching
No.
Life?
Watch
It's
it.
only an hour and
Life?
a half because it's from the fucking 80s. Hour and
Yeah,
a
I
half.
don't know where
They
that
used to
came
know how to
from.
do that.
We've been trying to get you to watch Shawshank fucking Redemption for ages. So
How long is that movie again?
20 minutes.
I mean, you'd think he would be curious about people dropping the soap, you know?
yeah, exactly.
He doesn't know what
Sometimes-
soap is.
Those are literally the 3 sports movies I've ever seen, so that is a decent point.
I love Mighty Ducks. How are you not a sports movie fan? Rookie of the Year, Sandlot, LOL.
Those are 3
Yeah,
of the
look-
great movies of all time.
I love the Mighty Ducks.
Let's
Rudy was the cheesiest movie I've ever seen. I don't know why people love it so much.
Nah, I'm not a Rudy fan.
Remember
Yeah,
the
I'm not saying
Titans
no.
wasn't as great as people say it is either.
I liked Rudy, but I'll admit I'm very easy to please
Yeah,
with the sports
but-
movies. I'm
but
just
I've-
like, fuck yeah, sports movie.
Yeah, Robbie doesn't watch sports movies, but I bet you went to see Wonka.
No, I didn't.
I doubt it.
But my
Oh.
hot take is the Johnny Depp one is by far the superior of the OG versus the Johnny Depp one.
If you go back and watch the Johnny
Well, how
Depp
could
one,
it be OG? It's not original, so it can't be OG.
No, the original Willy Wonka movie that came out in the 70s or whatever is not
Yeah.
as good as the Johnny Depp one.
Yeah.
but if you go back
sorry.
and watch,
Okay, yeah.
if you watch the Johnny Depp one, he actually talks like the way Ray DeVito does.
All I know is that was one of the few movies in my entire life that gave me nightmares. That movie was beyond creepy.
Because somebody else ate the chocolate.
Yeah. Why can't I fall in a river of chocolate?
Ah!
One thing's for sure, Robbie would not get sucked through that tube if he
No. He'd be getting rolled out.
roll out.
He wouldn't even need to drink to eat the fucking
The blueberry
whatever.
thing or
the blueberry
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. He
Yeah.
wouldn't even need to eat that. Roll it out anyway.
Just shatter it.
And the cola that makes you float. I don't think that'd work on Robbie.
I think the last movie I've seen in theaters was the latest Batman movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Batman.
Yeah, like the goth guy. Who the guy? Yeah.
I hated that one.
Really? I
Yeah,
thought
it was just
good.
it was just this one was different because in this one, Batman was depressed.
I just thought it
Pat
was very...
Pattinson or whatever.
Yeah, I
You're
thought
a
it was better than I
fucking-
thought
you're
it
a-
was going to be.
Oh my
It was a lot
god.
I gotta go,
darker than I
drain
thought
the
it was
main
gonna be,
vein here.
too.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that in
I
a
like
minute too, Hughezy.
You're a sparkling vampire fan?
No, I hate
Sparkling.
Twilight. The pop culture era where Twilight took over was one of the worst like pop culture eras in America's history.
I know. So that
But he's an
immediately
actor.
makes him not a good Batman. I don't care how good he tries to be. I will
But he's
always
an
see
act- so
him as a
if you
vampire.
act
with-
in a bad movie, you can't be in any other movie.
Who
don't-
was your favorite Batman as far as actor wise?
Oh, there's no question. It's what's his face?
Come on.
What's the guy's
Uh,
name?
I don't know which one we're talking about. I
Yeah,
go with
he
Michael.
did-
I go with Michael
Batman.
Keaton. I go with Michael Keaton.
No, it's
Come
the
on,
other.
Yeah,
Christian
isn't
Bale.
it? Wasn't
white
it?
guy.
Was it Colin Farrell that did the?
No.
Christian Bale?
Yeah,
Christian
there
Bale.
we go.
There we go. I always get those two mixed up. So I just want to go to Lemmy's comment. Holy shit! Watch Shawshank. It's so good. I think it's a fucking masterpiece.
It's a great
Oh,
movie. I
amazing.
can't believe you haven't
My
seen it,
favorite
Robbie.
movie of all time is Batman: The Dark Knight. So
Look, that is great, and Heath Ledger
With
was
Heath
fucking
Ledger, yeah.
phenomenal. Heath Ledger. My brother broke Heath Ledger's
I'm
nose.
sorry, Josh, but you're wrong. It's
Come on.
If you agree with the Goat Man, whatever your
Yeah,
Goat
that's
Man
true.
agreeing with me. I'm not agreeing with him. Come on. There's a
it
difference.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The thing is, Christian Bale has a pretty good advantage that was when they started the Dark Knight movies, and the writing for that was fucking. I mean, that's when you have the best Batman, because that's when you have the Batman that's like, I'm just gonna fuck shit up, you know. Whereas you had the comic strippy kind of Batman, who's, you know, a little more I don't know, just
Yes.
G-rated, I guess. So
Who said who's the
Dark
best
Knight is the Batman you want.
Like, if you think of Batman, at least to me, when I think of movie Batman, I instantly think of Christian Bale. I don't instantly think Michael Keaton, but
you're also younger. So
Yeah.
that's true. That's true.
Would you like to know some Christian Bale Batman trivia?
Sure.
Ooh.
Is it he was supposed to be back for Batman versus Superman? Because if the crew who did Man of Steel are the same people who did those Dark Knight Rises films. But then the problem is when you've two films that make $1 billion, Christian Bale's like, okay, 40 million, give me $40 million. And they're like, well, we're not going to give you that. He's like, suck my dick then. And so they got Ben Affleck instead, who I actually thought was a pretty good Batman in a shit film series.
Yeah, he did do better than I thought he would, and I thought because I couldn't remember the timing, but you remember when Christian Bale got caught on like somebody's cell phone camera, like just being a total douche. He was like just berating like some crew member or something, and I thought that was around that time, so I just assumed, oh, that's why they didn't have him back. But maybe the timeline is off there.
I just assume every A-list actor is just like a horrible piece of shit to everyone, like until proven otherwise.
But that one, they caught him
I don't
on.
know.
He's literally fucking somebody who's making like chump change.
I mean,
and
Tom
he's
Cruise
there
did
just
it for the
lighting
first
into him.
things.
You motherfucker! This is how this
I mean,
gets
Tom
done, or
Cruise
whatever.
did the COVID freak out, and then there's one of my favorite actors, Russell Crowe, threw his mom out of a second-story building. I mean, just crazy.
See, Russell Crowe. Have you noticed how many times he says, "I gained weight for the role"? It's like, no, you're fat.
Isn't he just? Yeah, I thought he was just fat.
Yeah, I think he just says that. So that's why every scene begins with his character going, "Thank you for visiting my bakery, and I've got to go solve this child
I mean,
murder."
even in the movies where historically he couldn't have been fat, like in Masters and Commander or whatever, like the sailing movie. He was fat in that one too.
Yeah, and then glad he
Like in
ate her. Get it?
There's no way he'd be fat. It's hard to be fat when you're out in sea because there's not much to eat. So
I mean, I'm gonna take your word for it, buddy.
Yeah, like have you seen the Russell Crowe one, The Good Guys or The Nice Guys with Ryan Gosling?
Only Russell Crowe film I've ever seen is Gladiator.
you haven't seen Master and Commander?
Nope.
It's one of the great movies of all time.
Beautiful
That's
mind.
not.
Yeah, it is.
I'll just get to Big Greg's comment. Unlike Andy Dufresne, Robbie would love meeting the sisters in Shawshank Redemption.
Hey,
Hey, sometimes you can fight them off, and sometimes you can't, man.
Yeah, Robbie, now you go watch the film and then you'll get that joke. Christian Bale, thanks to Lemmy. Christian Bale was a good Bruce Wayne, terrible Batman. That's a hot take.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily disagree with it.
No, I would say she's right. And Joker, I barely know her.
Hold on.
Ching.
Look,
Should we send Lemmy the link?
fuck it. Well, yeah, let's get Lemmy on. She wants to come on. Yeah.
How long is this going to go?
Oh, do you want to go, Robbie?
You'll like
No, I'm
Lemmy.
just saying.
Lemmy will be high or something. She's a.
Lemmy's fun.
I'm waiting to get high, damn it.
Scoop, have you had any interesting stories? You're off camera, which suggests that perhaps, I don't know, your apartment's been blown up or something.
You're making breakfast, doing something.
Yeah. What's going on?
No, they had the comms got all fucked up over here. So when I was first trying to get in, well, actually, I even had a Zoom meeting I was trying to do earlier, and I couldn't get both the video and audio to go. So only audio was working properly. So you just would have had choppy feed if I came in here with the video. So I'm in an okay spot. I just it would be a shitty connection for me if I connected with the video as well.
Nice explaining.
No.
Yeah, good. Sorry, little Emmy said she's streaming. She's sniping us, which is great. I'm not fucking clever enough to figure out how to snipe you back, and we could
What's
do that
sniping?
fucking. That's where you watch someone's live stream while you're live streaming.
Oh, that sounds hard.
Yeah, but what's trying to bring some culture to Twitch. Thanks, little Emmy. Yeah. Oh, and I wouldn't even know how the fuck to get to Twitch at this point. I'm retarded. But no, Patrick Melton does it a lot with Chad Zumok, where
That was
Patrick
a
Melton
hard
will-
R right there, Ozzy.
Yes, I know it was. Patrick will snipe Chad, and then Chad will snipe him back, and then it just loops because it's the same thing getting repeated on both streams, and there's a delay, and yeah, it gets quite trippy. But no, thank you for sniping us, Lemmy, and getting a few extra eyeballs on us. Providing everyone's got 2 eyes, we got 10 eyeballs at the moment, plus yours. So that's excellent.
Speaking of balls,
Balls.
Yes.
she can touch mine.
All right. Good. That's good.
He's a hands-on balls kind of guy.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm seeing some stuff that we might have trouble over here soon, but there's something I wanted to get out of you, Ozzy, before if I get cut off.
Yeah.
And it was regarding the Australian football
Yes.
league. You
Yep.
give me too much credit when you say I was being a douchebag by trying to pick a team. I don't know enough about any of the fucking teams to be able to be a douchebag unless it's by accident. So
No, that's fair. No, I did understand your reasoning afterwards, and my friend Chris immediately was like, "Well, it's probably because he docked in Fremantle, like when he was in the Navy." And I was like,
he said Navy.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the Marines, obviously. Yes. Actually, I don't think he said Navy. I just panicked and tried to find a word. But it would be like if I just suddenly, we were talking about the NFL I'd never watched before, and then I went, I'm going to be a Seahawks fan. Like that's the same energy. So that's what I thought. But no, that's all good. You can roll with Aussie momentum. You and him are going to be buddies.
Well, I just wasn't sure because I was like, okay, my normal thing is I'm loyal to whatever's the closest team where I'm from, where I live, right? The only exception being if that city is LA. So like when I was little, there was the Sharks were just starting, but there was a point where the Kings were technically the close. I'm not fucking rooting for LA. So Vancouver would have had to be the team if I was going to root for, but in this situation, I'm actually getting to experience what when you talk about how, you found the Hawks and that kind of stuff. It's kind of cool. It's like, okay, how would you pick your team if you're nowhere near that area? But I had this small thing where I was like, oh, I actually went over there, and that's the closest one. But the only other thing I could think of is, okay, what's like the closest thing to like maybe
now I get the Gold Coast
colors thing. Or that kind of crap.
Well, now I get the Gold Coast thing because Gold Coast. Well, A, that's close to Niners colors, very similar, and B, that would be the closest to California.
Oh, cool! I didn't realize that was so. But if you allow me Fremantle, I mean, I just feel like I would follow my normal rules. But is it the douchebag part? Is it because they're a pretty good team or what?
No. It's just that it's my team's main rival.
Okay. See, and that was the other part. I knew yours was the Eagles, but I couldn't remember what the town. If it was Perth or what.
Well, it's West Coast, so.
What is it?
The West Coast Eagles. So yeah, we're not
West
even
Coast, really. That's like the Golden State Warriors. Like what are we doing here?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't think they ever expected to have a second team in WA. So we'll cover the whole West Coast, and then they brought in Fremantle. But anyway, I saw you bring up his chat. Shane says good morning. Shane is here, and speaking of Shane, I've got an email open. Let's go to our email segment. Shane's headline for his email says Goatman Rob sucks, but you know that.
Great email.
Yes, and that's just the fucking headline. So baseball season is coming up, and I wanted to ask Robbie When do you get your heart and mind into baseball season? We're both Mariners fans. Robbie just cringed. So it's not always easy to get it up for our team. But my brain and heart aren't into it until opening day. What's your take, sir?
I've been reading baseball previews for the last month now, so I
It's a lot
would
of
say
baseball porn.
the start of January is when I usually start my baseball analyzation for the upcoming year. End of January, I mean. Sorry.
You got money on the Reds, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dodgers all the way this year.
Not the
Well,
whites.
Not the Whites.
Who wants to say it?
Why is it the Reds? I'm ignorant. Why is their
Red
name the
Sto-
Reds?
It was the Red
The
Stockings.
stockings,
Yeah.
yeah. A lot of it had to do with the color,
And then they
the
shortened it to
original.
the Reds.
Okay.
Because they were
They like to just go with the color of their uniform or whatever, didn't they? Sorry, Robbie.
a lot. There was like the blue socks, the green
Yeah.
socks.
Yeah.
So then Robbie's your team would be called the Brown at the back.
Well,
Spokane.
it'd be
is
the
the
dirty
Aqua
socks, wouldn't it,
Sox.
Robbie?
And the Knickerbockers. The
Yeah.
Knickerbockers at very early
Great
baseball.
name.
That
for
was
a team.
close.
I mean, basketball. Yeah.
You guys got some weird names for sports. What does 76ers mean? What's that mean? What's the point of that?
Well, it had to do with
The
the year
spirit
of
of
the independence.
1776.
Maybe.
Oh, okay.
I'm
It's a
guessing.
patriotic
Philadelphia.
thing. It's like the New England
Yeah.
Patriots in a way, like that kind of.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. What's another one that fucking bothers me? Can't think of one right now.
49ers.
Yeah, that's mining related or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
it has
all
to do with
race.
the year where it blew up, but really, if you go by when the gold was discovered, it was the year, before. So it's just kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like as a child, when you're growing up in California, of course they're going to teach you the history about the area, and they're like, oh, 1848, and you're like, then why the fuck is it the 49ers? But it's because everybody then came out, right? So that had to do with that whole
It
rush.
rolls off the tongue better. 48ers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
48ers.
I like it, man. You're talking me into it.
That's a good point. Hey, yeah, here's something for you, Scoop, with your team Fremantle, and this is the thing. So they're the Fremantle Dockers, which so their mascot is a guy that works on the docks. Like that's that's their mascot, and their color is purple. Now, in Fremantle, in Western Australian football, there's the East Fremantle Sharks. All right, they go back well over 100 years, and it was crazy to me that I was like, how did they not enter the AFL as the Fremantle Sharks? Well, here's something for you. Greg Norman had the copyright on Shark, and nobody. A team couldn't come in with the name Sharks. What do you think of that, Scoop? Your team you've just picked could have had a way cooler name, but for Greg Norman.
That motherfucker, he chokes away everything. Fucking Greg Norman.
Purple, green, and red. They've now gone to just purple and white, but purple, green, and red were the fucking colors they picked.
That's weird. That's like dragon colors.
Who was in charge of that?
It's insane. They've been a basket case since they've been around for they're coming up in 30 years, I think. Next year will be 30 years. They've been a basket case the entire time.
My inner homosexual is delighted about this purple. I've never been a fan of like purple colored teams, so this is going to be kind of weird. But I feel like maybe I'm going to feel a little bit fabulous this season. Paying attention.
I'm going to give Goatman credit here. This isn't bad. You got to be careful when saying Knickerbockers.
That happened to a woman sportscaster a couple years ago. She stuttered when she said Knicks, and a lot of people thought she said something else.
Yeah, when I said it, I was waiting for somebody to hit that fastball right back at me, and you guys didn't. So
you're allowed to say
it. Caught it.
You're allowed to say it, even though you are wider than a ghost.
He doesn't tell that to the jury. He walked.
It's actually a big no there, Ozzy. I remember one of my friends at work. We would always joke about, like, oh, what's up, 25%, my brother, and I'd go over to him and give him a watermelon Jolly Rancher or whatever. And then one day we were talking about the N-word, and he's like, you're my brother, but you're not that much my brother.
Yeah.
Say that.
I still got to agree with Dave Chappelle though. If you don't like chicken and watermelon, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah,
They're great feeds.
exactly.
Ryan Murphy, I feel out of place here. I only watch sports that include men in tights. Oh shit. Am I in the closet with Robbie? There's no room. No. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Very good. Shane's here. It's a odd morning here so far. Hope all is well, friends. And does anyone in here give a about the Bennies coming? No, not a single person. Now, Robbie, Josh, Scoop, you guys might.
I absolutely do, but it's not the show to break it down.
No, we're not that show anymore. So, Hughezy seems to have checked out. He's typing away on his computer and
He's doing what he was doing. What I was doing at the beginning of the show when I was absolutely.
He's not looking at Josh Allen porn.
I was absolutely terrified at what was going on. I was like, I'm just going to act like I'm listening.
No, just dealing with the Keeping the 100 video get flagged.
Oh, really? For what?
So that's what it's just for duplicated content, so now I have to contest it. So
that's a weird thing with the YouTube shit. The duplicated content, like you can't re-upload your own shit. Is that what that is?
That's what I'm assuming is that I think that somebody else may have uploaded the content and then tried to claim it as their own.
Okay.
Right.
So now, and I'm not going to say who, but I do think that they're from India.
I'm sure you'll know in about 2 minutes.
Speaking of that, I saw a comment about Wingling back a little while ago, but I think I've lost it. No, it's gone. Hughezy, you haven't done a Get My Go in a little bit.
No, and thankfully I wasn't on the last one, which I heard didn't go very well. like what are the chances that the guy from Wrestling Informer would be shit on a podcast? Like I'm stunned and shocked by that. But yeah, no, it's just this usual story of like the schedules don't match. Like today I'm available, and her band couldn't make it, so it'll all happen eventually. I hope. I'm going to have to drop off, chaps, because this is going to be a pain in the arse to catch up on.
Yep.
At the Hughezy on Twitter, at the Hughezy on Instagram, and Robbie, I tell you what, I'll follow you on Twitter if you can answer me this one question.
Oh shit. Another walk-off.
There's two great exits today.
Dude, Robbie was like, his eyeballs.
He was ready
really
for that
like,
question
yes,
too. He was
my
ready.
moment.
Yeah, he sat forward. He's ready. He's like, I'm in for this. I love it. What on Hughezy?
He was like one of his beavers at the plate getting ready for the 3-2 pitch. He's like, I got this motherfucker.
Bases are loaded. He was ready. Walk-off grand slam for Robbie, but it was a walk-off grand slam for Hughezy. Great job, Hughezy. Thank you for joining us, brother. It's always a good time. It was a bit off the rails today, but I think it was good fun. I think it's probably a good time to wrap it up, unless anyone else has anything they want to discuss before we go.
No, well, have you heard that this guy on the Oregon State Beavers is an Aussie? Because it's only been mentioned about 500 million times.
Travis Bazana, the Bombzana, as they are calling him. Yeah, he's going to be the first. He's going to be a top 5 pick.
You got him excited now.
Dong, piss missiles, left and right, center. He's just hitting them everywhere.
What'd you
And
say?
every time you mention him, you go, Aussie, did you know?
Yeah, I know. And I know it pisses him off. That's why I do it. But seriously, this guy hits jumbo dong piss missiles every game. Yeah, that's what we call.
Please don't say the alternate version that Goatman wants to try to make popular.
An idiot. He's like, this will catch on. Even if what he said, it would just be like you'd be hitting it a foul ball. Like, it doesn't make sense. He's like, don't worry, I'll catch on, guys. It's better than yours.
Jumbo Dong piss missile totally makes sense.
Yeah.
I've actually seen people say that on Twitter since I've been saying it. I think they're copying me.
Jumbo
Duplicate.
dong piss
Piss
missile.
missile. Jumbo
Sometimes
dong.
I
they'll
get it.
say-
So it's a huge penis with like an elephant stream of piss. Is that?
Sure. Sometimes I call it a piss laser, you know? You change it up. But
Yeah.
like this right here is so stupid. He thinks that's what the
That's
home run
funny.
should be called.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Don't
That's-
say it, just look at it.
Oh, you go, man.
That's probably one of the best lines that Robbie's ever said.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
say it, just look at it.
That's true. Go, man. You could have walked away. I gave you credit before. I said, yeah, this isn't a bad comment. The Knickerbocker one, like you could have walked off into the sunset. Had you win for the day, you could have had your win
Yeah.
for the day,
Yeah.
and then you come back with that fucking garbage and
No, you
remind
think
us
that's bad?
all that you were the unfunniest person in the world.
I take
that's
credit.
bad.
I smoked him out on that
You
one. It
didn't
was
get
too
the 10
easy.
tweets explaining why it was funny and made sense. Or 10
Yeah, because that's how
texts.
jokes work. That's how jokes work. When
I
you
got
explain
the
them.
text. You losers don't get his texts explaining.
Oh,
the
he nearly
show.
said testicles. He nearly said testicles.
You should.
Sex.
He
That's
sent me
what
a
he-
picture of what he claims was an AI generated hemorrhoid one time. I almost
Oh,
blocked his
shit.
ass because of it. He's a
Yeah.
sick fuck. And I don't know why I put up with him, but I do.
You know he's rolling right now.
Shane says, Goat Man owes me a malicious sticker. Tell me about it, Shane. He claims he sent me stickers twice.
I'm still
Nothing.
trying to
He
find
sent
a
me
way
like
to put my
100
sticker
stickers.
on.
That's the one thing. Goatman was great. He sent me the stickers, and then ever since I've regretted giving him my number because I'm on some U.S. Postal Service inspection list now.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
I'm not even going to get into that story. He doesn't.
He labeled it all Nambler and shit, and that's what he did.
Oh,
For us.
that's why.
Pray on. Pray on.
Yeah. It's
And then the next one he sent was so bad it got intercepted by the Postal Service. I never got it, and he refuses to tell me what he put on it. It's that he's that embarrassed.
oh, we got a
Sounds like Scoop's got a siren.
siren.
Yeah, I gotta check
Oh, I
on
thought that
things,
was like
guys.
I honestly I had both my ears in. I honestly thought that was the feds listening in and like raiding my place for a second.
What the fuck?
Well, they heard me talk about that. I was like, oh
It's
shit!
the-
I finally got
It's
implicated
the
in something I
fucking
didn't
rat
do.
police, is what it is, man. They're coming.
Hey, Ryan Murphin, go suck a big fat dick with your fucking tag. Yeah, right. It's fucking hilarious.
What's tag?
That Aussie guy.
Oh,
The
that's
Aussie guy.
good.
Yeah, that's what Shane did before. And he listened in last week and decided he'd come here and be a fucking funny guy. It's not
Hey, Shane,
funny.
do you want his address? I'll give it to you.
Oh, do it. He could drive over here and hand it to me. That is true. Give
Or you could
Shane
drive
his
over to
address.
him.
Give Shane his address. Do it.
I gotta
Shane's
run, you
address.
guys. I love y'all.
All right, it's great.
At
Love you,
Jesse
Scoop.
Green.
See you, Scoops. I didn't mean to make a joke out of the air raid siren. It actually did freak me out for a second.
Yeah, all right. Let him do his plugs before he dies.
At Jesse Green on X or whatever the fuck that thing is.
Stay safe, brother.
All
Thanks
right.
for joining us.
Love y'all.
Stay safe, bro.
Catch you. Bye. Bye.
Pick yourself up a jumbo dong piss missile.
That'll help you win the war. That'll help you win the war. Jumbo dong piss whistle.
It's better than I almost said it. I'm not
Yes,
gonna
it
say
is.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you're laughing at me, getting angry at you. Robbie, wait until you get your birthday present in the mail. I mean, go, man. Can we stop with the getting federally
Shannon?
attention on Robbie?
Who's Shannon Duffy and why does he or she exist? Ever heard of fun?
Look, 10 people. Why do this?
yeah, learn how to spell, you ingrate.
I mean, whatever. We do a show on a Saturday night, my time, whatever.
Shannon Duffy, what a name.
I learned, Ozzy, you're now sir or cunt to me. That's fine.
It's cunt.
Yeah. I'm more than happy with that. Hey, but by the way, Shannon Duffy,
It's
13.
people, you
Yeah,
you,
so he's
person.
fucking
You're
shove
getting
that
Robbie
straight up the
worked
hole.
up now. Come on. Like a rock.
You are going to explode on podcast.
Who is this?
I don't know.
probably like Blind Scott
Oh,
in his new name because he's transitioned completely because he
Yeah,
can't spell or
maybe.
shit.
Goat man is a horny man. Hey Shannon, age, sex, location. Yeah, go on. Let us know.
Yeah,
Let's do a
shoot 'em.
dating game with Shannon Duffy. We've only
No.
got the S, so there's no profile pic, no
The problem with
cleavage
Shannon
or
Duffy
anything.
is that could be a man or a woman or both. But you never
It's a
know in
unisex
today's
name.
day and age.
It is.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it could be a made up name as well. You know, just
Duffy.
YouTube.
Duffy sounds Irish. Could this be like a passive aggressive burner that Hughezy has?
Hughezy's made. Nah, I think Hughezy's got more important things to do than worry
Well, I
about.
know, but Duffy.
All right, we'll wrap it up there.
I could honestly, I'm not even. I know this, but that could easily be the person formerly known as Blind Scott.
It could.
Have you seen his photo lately? Oh my god.
No.
Don't want to, man.
Well, you shouldn't have said that because now I have this weird. I don't like ultimatums or anything that could even be 1% considered an ultimatum. So I'll find it.
There was no ultimatum. What was the ultimatum?
I just said
I don't want to see it.
I don't want to see it.
That's not an ultimatum. It's just saying I
It's
don't want
not,
to see it.
but it makes me want to show it to him. So.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, Robbie
nice.
wants to put it out there.
Send it to him. All right.
Justin probably has it saved.
Sure, he does.
Yeah,
yeah, I'll ask Justin for it.
Justin jerks off to it. All right, Josh, let everyone know where to find you, how to echo you.
If you want to bitch at me or whatever, you can find me on X at NJHunt02. Other than that, just hanging.
Nice. Robbie?
So you can find me at Mariner Robbie on Twitter. You can follow us at USA of AUS Pod. And you
Doesn't
can
make any
email
sense.
us at You can email us at United States of Australia. Shit, is that show? Oh, crap. I
Take two.
United States Show at gmail.com, yes.
Yeah, I had it listed on the Twitter as without the show part. So, by the way, who would take that? Which asshole took United States of Australia?
I know, because I Googled United States of Australia when
Yeah.
I picked the name for the show, and nothing existed except some book.
Okay, so let's start from
years
the
ago.
top. So you can follow me at Mariner Robbie on Twitter. You can follow us, the United States of Australia show, at United States of Australia Pod. I fucked it up again.
Figure it out. If you actually want your emails read, meltdownmedia at gmail.com. Where do they find you?
Wait, but that doesn't make sense.
Well, no, that's the that's the LLC. It's
You're right.
Media. You know, I created.
Why can't we make a new LLC?
The Australia's under the umbrella.
When I created the YouTube channel, we were still Malatown, and so I made it Malatown
You
Media.
can't like write a petition.
No, but like, what difference is it? Like, it's just we started out as Malatown. It's kind of a fucking nod to our roots.
I guess.
You know what I mean? So it's meltdownmedia at gmail.com. Like, who gives a shit?
Well,
anyway.
then why didn't you tell me to? Okay, anyway.
I didn't. It's fine.
It's the longest plug ever.
Yeah. Did you plug your Twitter?
I don't know who this Shannon Duffy person is, but I will find them.
That fat guy is getting more fat. It's true.
Oh, you're going to find him.
It's true. A few comments before we leave. Love you guys. Hello to Josh. Thank you for your amazing Malamalicious stuff. I mean, we don't really do that anymore.
Not
but
really.
We did in the past, but thanks, Shane. Ignoring that, Goat Man. Ryan Murphy, can I send nudes to the email? Is that acceptable? LOL also. No, do it. We'll rate your dick on the show. We'll do it. Send us.
You'll have to have Ski Mask back on for this one.
Yeah, no, we'll get Ski Mask back.
Sure no, I don't want like auto-generated dicks. Like you have to.
No, it's got to be your dick. It has to be
like,
your dick.
You have to like write time and date on a postcard, put it next to the dick, so we know it's actually you.
Yeah.
Like you do with sports cards when you're selling them on eBay or something.
You need that day's newspaper. You know?
Yeah, something like that. Documentation.
Yeah.
No, Goat Man, go fuck yourself.
Hang on. Shannon Duffy is a troll, but not funny like the Aussie cunt is. Go home, kid. I mean, no, Shannon's fun. It's fun.
No, he's not.
Yeah. Well, it might be she. We don't know.
I don't care. Then
could be it.
Yeah. You're just gonna
it's
deliberately
non-binary.
misgender.
Show some respect, you bigot.
I may just do that. I do it. You better. Like, we won't put it on the screen during the show, but we can all view it and give our own analysis of it. Robbie's getting excited about dick pics. Yes.
He's
Get a
definitely
little
done
top
that
hat to put
before.
on it, Ryan. That's a funny episode of King of Queens, actually. And Doug puts a little top hat on his dick at a wedding, takes a photo with the disposable camera. Anyway, talking about King of Queens. This is completely off the rails.
That's going old school.
Yeah. YouTube.com/getmygo. Yeah, look, I don't know when the next episode is. There is debate about episode 92. But we will see what happens. But there will be more stuff on the way. But get over there, hit like, hit subscribe, and check out all our old content. YouTube.com/getmygo. And I have a t-shirt up at Mike Durbin's Pro Wrestling Tee store, prowrestlingtees.com/Mike Durbin. You can get an At That Sussy Guy t-shirt, because on X, I'm At That Sussy Guy. Just imagine that Aussie guy and put an S where the A should be. We'll catch you next time on United States of Australia. Biatch.